72 degrees right now. It just looks so springy, it makes me happy. Okay, fine, I'll wear it. I don't need anybody to help me open a can again. See if we could start planting my garden. Napster was a thing. Girl problems. The backseat just kind of has become the pit of despair. That was not on purpose. Yum, yum, that looks so good. There's no sun, I'm feeling kind of blue. If there's sun, it's an instant serotonin boost. I always make it future Cassie's problem, forgetting that eventually future Cassie, me, right now, will have to, in fact, deal with it. I know you know, we know you're down for forever and it's fine. Hello fellow YouTubers, I'm Cassandra Joy and welcome to my channel. I have that song stuck in my head this morning, clearly, and I'm not really that mad about it. Today is Sunday. I'm just getting ready for church. I think I might be on time this time. My hair tends to take the longest amount of time. Even when I go natural and do the least amount of work to it, it still just takes a while. So I'm trying to hurry. I've already had breakfast. I think I've decided on this outfit. Let me finish spraying this curling stuff into my hair and then I'll explain why I'm not sure. The curling cream I use is by Kristen S. It's their Ultra Hydrating Curl Leave-In Cream. It smells really good too, which is an added bonus. I basically just mist my hair with this really cool water mister and then spray this in and let my hair air dry after a few scrunches. This is one reason why I'm so thankful to have curly hair. Very low maintenance. Okay, now let me explain why I'm not sure about this shirt. I thrifted this from ThredUp last year and I love the colors. I get so many compliments whenever I wear it. But it's one of those shirts that over the course of the day just sort of slides down, and when you have a v-neck, that's not always great, especially if you're going to church. Today is going to be a full run errands with me kind of day. My Saturdays have been taken up with decluttering my loft and getting all of the changes made. We're doing a whole kitchen reno. It's a massive task. So my Saturdays are taken up, which means Sunday, my only other day off, is when errands have to happen. So that's what we're doing today, and I thought I would take you with me. I do love this shirt though. It just looks so springy. It makes me happy. Okay, fine, I'll wear it. I'll just have to keep readjusting the neckline. Girl problems. It feels like spring. I don't have to wear a jacket today. It's supposed to be close to the 50s, I think. And I've mentioned quite a few times, I think, that the amount of sun I'm exposed to is the level of happy I can feel. So if there's no sun, I'm feeling kind of blue. If there's sun, it's an instant serotonin boost. So the fact that it's sunny and warm, I'm feeling very happy. Well, I was gonna be early enough to grab a coffee at church, but then I started filming and that took up all of my extra time. But that's okay, because I grabbed a whole water bottle of electrolyte water. I mentioned this a lot last summer, but this is my favorite water bottle to use. It was super affordable. I think it was something like $16 on Amazon. I'll have it linked for you. It's called the HydroFlow, and it keeps my water, or whatever beverage I have in here, cold for at least 24 hours. I remember on a hot day where it was 90 some degrees, I had ice in here and the ice stayed solid. It didn't melt for a whole day. The next morning when I opened the water bottle, the ice was still in there. So that just goes to show how nice of a water bottle this is. And I love that it's also affordable. I'm gonna be listening to my Bloom and Grow playlist on Spotify. And then once church is done, I'll let you know the plan for today and what errands we have to get done. I find errands are a lot more fun to do with someone else. So hopefully you don't mind coming along.
Saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the very top. We couldn't tell the sky from the ground. I know my life will never be the same after that day.
Hello loves, I'm back home. Church was so good. I took notes like I always do. And I don't know if any of you are curious what I use to take notes, but I got these pens off of Amazon. They're erasable, which is just a lifesaver. I use this for work. They're the best thing I've ever invested in, and they are not that expensive, so I will link them if you're interested. And then this is my church notebook. I recently decided to start taking notes because I was finding that I daydream a lot. The daydreaming part is not a new thing. I have ADD and I've been a chronic daydreamer for my entire life. My teachers at school really loved that about me, but I find that if I take notes, I'm absorbing more, I can concentrate because I'm doing something with my hands, doodle when I feel like it, take notes when I feel like something is prevalent, and I find that's really helped me absorb what I'm learning as opposed to just checking off a box because I went to church that week, you know? Now that I'm home, it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go in and do that. But before I do, I wanted to give you a little rundown of the errands I have planned today. And I actually tracked the weather for this one errand because it is weather dependent. It's such a nice day to the point where I drove with the windows down that I knew today was the perfect day. I keep the front of my car pretty good. The back seat is where all chaos breaks loose. Having been a nanny for many years, things just piled up. Trash, Christmas presents, toys. I have a car seat in my car for my niece when she's here visiting. The back seat just kind of has become the pit of despair and is sort of resembling a trash can, and I'm not a fan. So what I'd like to do is clean out my car. I can't really do the kind of spring cleaning I'd love to do in my loft quite yet, but I can do my car. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clear out all of the stuff and then we're gonna take it to a nearby car wash. It's a small business, very hole in the wall. You wouldn't know it's there until you do. So that's errand one. Then I've gotta go to Aldi for a few groceries that Walmart didn't have. That's errand two. And ooh, we could also do this. Some of you may know I have a little garden, and by little I mean very, but it's really cute. I love it, and I've already started planning what I want to do this spring. It's too early to start planting things, but I'm slowly gathering seeds, slowly trying to plan out what exactly I want to plant this year. So maybe we could do a little vision board of what I'd like my garden to look like, or the kind of plants I'd like to cultivate and harvest, that kind of thing. That could be fun, right? Okay, I think that's enough to be going along with. Let's get some food first. Gotta have some fuel for today. Here, Dad, you want to see a trick? I don't need anybody to help me open a can again.
Okay.
Ready? You cross your fingers over and you squeeze either side. Sometimes you'll hear a pop, sometimes you won't.
Is this a plastic thing or is it a glass?
And it comes right off. It's a glass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Strong, independent woman. All right, lunch is cooking. I've put on a timer so that I don't forget to go get it. But while we're waiting, we have about an hour, I figured I would pull up Notion and see if we could start planning my garden. Also, welcome to my office, by the way. This is a section of the loft you haven't really seen. You can kind of sneaky peek some little changes that's going on in the background to sort of whet your palate for a future loft reveal. For anybody who has never heard of Notion, don't feel bad because I hadn't either. The only reason I know about it is because of my job. It's one of the things we use to organize the products that we sell. Having no prior experience, I went on a huge deep dive, like 5 hours hyper focus, because if you don't know, ADD people do that. Sometimes you can't aim the hyperfocus in a positive direction. It just sort of chooses what it wants to focus on, but sometimes, rarely, it's the best moments ever, you can in fact aim it at a good thing and get good things out of it, and that happened this time. Since I have a Notion for business, I decided to make my own for personal things. So I think the easiest way to show you what I'm gonna do is to screen record my computer, and that way you can see what I'm adding, how I'm doing it in real time, and I'll try to explain step by step as much as I can. I can also recommend some really nice tutorials that helped me out. Notion seems very overwhelming and intimidating at first because it's basically starting you off with a blank page. You can download templates and copy them from other people, but I just went blank and did my own thing, which was probably harder to do in retrospect as a beginner who knew nothing, but I think it ended up paying off in the long run because I was able to learn all of the little tools that Notion has to offer. It's such a handy little website. Let's start the screen recording. So just kidding, my screen record program decided to not work, so we're gonna do this instead. I'm gonna see if I can kind of get what I'm doing through recording on the camera. So for this project, I've just started a brand new page, which can feel a little daunting, but don't worry, we're gonna take it step by step. So the first thing I wanna do is title it. Right now it's untitled. We can always change this later, but I'm gonna call it Leafy Things. And then you can add a cover or a banner to the top just for a nice effect. It gives you an option already, but this is not what we're going for, so we're going to change cover, upload, pick whatever file you want. I grabbed one from Pinterest. And the nice thing you can do as well is you can reposition it. I love that feature. It's just so nice if it's a huge photo and you just want a certain spot. So now we've got this big empty space. I'm actually gonna see if I can search someone's Notion and grab a template from them. Vegetable garden planner, templates for gardening. All right, I did a little bit more Googling and discovered that there are a lot more options if you type in organization than if you type in exactly what you're wanting to use that organization for. So I found this template right here. It's by Sophie Jalabert. And what you can do is say, get this template. And if you're already logged into your Notion, by clicking this, it will pull it into your Notion. Now, you can see I've customized things a bit. I kept the basic layout. I liked the layout, but I've made it my own. So I added the banner up here, just with a photo from Pinterest, real easy. Changed the title to Leafy Things. Added a quote from Pinterest, plant your own garden and decorate your own soul. All of these things are subject to change, by the way. I made this section garden prep, so these are all to-dos that I need to make sure I have listed out so that I don't forget anything when it comes time to actually plant. The creator had a calendar as well as the time of day, and I liked it enough that I wanted to keep it. Plus, it's nice to have a calendar, especially when you're trying to plan what food gets planted when, because plants are very finicky about that. Down here I have a list of food to plant and flowers to plant. I'm going to be doing both of these this year. My idea is that if I get flowers that are bee friendly, the bees will help the food that I plant grow that much better. Added another quote here from Pinterest. Nature does not hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. The super nice thing about Notion is that it's totally customizable. Now I do want to teach you a couple things just to get you started. So over here you can see how these are to-dos. The way to get these, I'm going to delete this so I can show you. Now this is blank. This is no longer a checkbox, but we want it to be. So if you go over to these 6 dots, click that, you say turn into, and you get all of these options. You can just have text. If you're writing a blog, you can have a heading, like at the top of your page. You can have bullet points, numbers, a toggle list. There's so many options, but what we want is the to-do list. So I'm going to click to-do list, and you'll see the square shows up right there. Another fun thing, if you really want to customize it, go back to the 6 dots, you go to color, and you can change the color of the square. So I'm going to click pink up here. This will affect any font, the little square. This will affect the huge line itself and make it a block of color. Pink. And look at that. We have a pink square. Isn't that fun? That looks so cute, I really like that. So that's one thing you can do to customize. Also, anytime there's a blank space here, you don't have to click the 6 dots in order to get the text. You can just start typing. So if I wanted to say, don't forget, go get soil, or something like that, you can just start typing. I can also move this if I want, this line of text right here, I can move it to my to-do list if I want. And if I'd like it to become a square, I just click those 6 dots, go to turn into, click to-do list, and there you go. It's added to my to-do list. Very easy once you get going. There are so many tutorials online that I really looked to. I will link those in the description box for you, but that's the basics. I'm gonna go in and adjust these pages within pages later on. I'd like to have a page where I write down all of my dream garden goals. For instance, I'd really love a greenhouse someday. I don't know if that'll happen until I have my own place, but that is a dream of mine, so I'll be adding that to that list. I want to have a planting schedule written out because that's a very important thing to know. A list of things to buy so that I don't forget anything. And then I'd love to have a whole catalog list of medicinal herbs. That's something I've really been diving into, trying to learn more about. And so these are pages that I will customize over time. Yeah, this is my little garden prep page on Notion. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing the process, learning a little bit of how it works. Hopefully it's something you can apply to your own life for whatever you need, whether it's work organization, keeping track of what books you're reading. It can be applied to anything, which is kind of the beauty of it. Perfect timing, actually. My little timer just went off, which means my lunch is done cooking. Let's go down and get it. Yum, yum. That looks so good. Can't quite eat it yet, gotta let it cool down, but I am so excited. Back in my car after a little attempted nap, which was very dumb on my part to try. Because not only did I not sleep, but it made me more tired somehow. I don't know how that happened, but I'm struggling. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is go to Aldi, get a coffee on the way. That way my grocery run is done. And then come back. Hopefully I'll be a little more energized with some caffeine in me and do the car. That is the plan. And I will 100% be driving with my windows down. That is a gunshot. Yep, someone's practicing their shooting. We have a cop that lives close, and I think he practices in his backyard. Country living at its finest. Hello, I changed. I need something comfortable and stretchy to wear to clean out my car. You don't clean in nice clothes. It's just not how I was raised. Shirt is really cute though. It says, "Oh, happy day," which I really love. It's based on a Bible verse. It's by Ellie and Grace. I have a trash bag already half filled because I started cleaning and forgot I wasn't filming. On to filling it up the rest of the way. Why do I have oiled paper towels in my car? Found an audiobook called Juliet by Anne Fortier. Cute idea. Loved the concept. A really rushed marriage at the end felt very not realistic. But if you want something that just is a fun read and doesn't really have much of a foothold in reality as far as timing of relationships, then by all means, give this a listen. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. I have this massive folder of CDs. Some are audiobooks, some are music CDs. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember when Napster was a thing? The CD is downloaded from Napster. It has the Napster logo and everything. Should I read you what younger Cass liked to listen to at the time? I don't even know what year I had this. Here we go. Settle for a Slowdown. The second one is Get Your Head in the Game from High School Musical. To be fair, that one did have a nice bop. If Something Should Happen. Survivor. I know that one. That's Destiny's Child. All Jacked Up. I remember that song by Gretchen Wilson. What's a Guy Gotta Do? Oh, that's a fun one. What's a guy gotta do to get a girl in this town? Don't wanna be alone when the sun goes down. What hurts the most? Rascal Flatts. What hurts the most is being so close. Me and My Gang? I have no recollection of that. Honky Tonk. Can you tell I listened to country a lot back then? Evanescence. Very nice. Oh, I could just have a whole video dedicated to all the songs I have in here. Woohoo! We filled up a trash bag. Got that done. That's a nice box checked off that I've been needing to do for ages. I won't be able to take it to the car wash today. I'll have to do that after work, probably tomorrow, because they close early on Sundays. I didn't know that. But I'm glad we chose today to do that. It was a beautiful day. Couldn't have asked for better weather. I always make it future Cassie's problem, forgetting that eventually future Cassie, me, right now, will have to, in fact, deal with it. Morning, loves. It's the next day. It's early in the morning. No one else is up yet. I've turned on my candle warmer. I'm starting to smell this one floral candle I got, I think, from Kroger. Most random place, but it smells so good. I'm already clocked into work, getting started on that. And I noticed that my loft smelled really good. Before I ever turned on my candle warmer, I realized that I accidentally left my window open all night. That was not on purpose. Thankfully it didn't rain or get too cold, but I'm actually glad I did. One thing you may not know about me, and I couldn't even begin to explain why it makes me so happy, but I love opening the windows on glorious days when the weather is perfect and you can just smell the fresh air wafting through the whole house. Oh, it's just my favorite. Waking up, listening to the bird song through the open window, smelling the fresh, crisp air. There's nothing like it. There's no comparison. No candle could ever capture that. It was a happy accident. I've obviously gotten ready for the day, tried my hand at wearing a bandana. I never know how I feel about bandanas. I always feel like it makes me look around 12, and that's just not the look I'm usually going for. But we're giving it a try. I don't have any work meetings today. It's a perfect day to try it because no one will see me. So the plan for today is to go take my car to a car wash. Luckily there's a small owned car wash business nearby that is super inexpensive. So to finish off the car spring cleaning, I'm gonna take you there after work. So I had moved myself over to the couch to do some work because it's far more comfortable there. I was in a sunspot, it was glorious. And then my mom called me and said, Cassie, you have to go outside. It's gorgeous out there. Go sit outside and do your work out there. I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to tell me twice. So then I checked my phone to see what temperature it was. It is 72 degrees right now. So I'm gonna go change out of this slightly too warm shirt into something cooler and go sit outside to do my work. I love working remote. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It feels like summer. My soul is so happy. I think I just might sit out here for the rest of the day. Maybe roll up my sleeves, see if I can get that summer tan started early. folks, late night editing Cassie here, realizing I once again forgot to film an outro. I feel like this is becoming a habit. This was such a fun day and I'm so glad you came along with me for it. It was so nice to have that warm day with all the sunshine and all the motivation to get spring cleaning done, even if it was just my car, and plan out my garden for the spring season. I hope that little mini Notion tutorial helped you and maybe inspired you to start one for yourself for your own projects. I can't wait to tweak and add to it as the spring season creeps closer. I have so many garden plans that I haven't shared yet, just to keep up the suspense. Every day, things get a little warmer and a little less winter, and I could not be more thrilled. And with that, I'm gonna leave the vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this spring day with me. There will be many more to come. I've got a whole list of spring content ideas, things I'd like to film for you. So there will be lots of things to look forward to in the months to come. If you're new here and haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a future video from me. I can't even tell you what days I upload anymore. They're sort of random at the moment, but we're gonna get to a schedule at some point. Just can't commit to one right now, but the goal is to upload a long form video once a week and a short form video once a week. That's about as committed a schedule as I can give you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.